Joining us. Poor drinking water has plagued the town of Bonneville for years. A recent meeting with Alberta's Environment Minister hoped to brainstorm solutions, and the town says it's interested in hearing all the options. Bonneville has previously suggested piping in water from Cold Lake to fix the problem. But as Clayton Brown explains, Cold Lake City Council is dead set against it, forcing Bonneville to consider other options.
It's been an ongoing issue with the town of Bonnyville for a few years. The water from Moose Lake is safe for the time being, but it's no longer sustainable for the long-term future.
The decision as to what the solution will be, or should be, has to be made within the next 12 months. Depending on the solution, it's going to take at least 12 to 14 months minimum to put it in place.
With a regional line from Cold Lake all but off the table, Bonnyville Town Council is looking at other solutions to the problem.
Our second alternative would probably be an upgrade of the existing water treatment plant. And the third option would be the one some people are advocating, it would be to bring water out of the North Saskatchewan River.
If the town is to start drawing from the North Saskatchewan River, the project could cost the province and the town a lot, due to having more than just the cost of piping the water.
You need a totally new water treatment plant if you went that route. I suppose you could take it to the existing one and upgrade that facility, but it would have to be pretty significant upgrading.
With a regional line, the town would not need a water treatment plant. In Bonnyville, Clayton Brown, Newcap News.
Our local food bank is stocking its shelves for the Christmas season, helping feed the hungry right here in Lloydminster. But as Will Cortez explains, the nonprofit helping those in need is in need of some help of its own. It's not just food it's after.
This time of year can be daunting for families struggling financially, and one local nonprofit organization is looking to help feed hungry families.
When Lloyd sees a need, Lloyd steps up and fills the need. It's what the people do here.
But the Salvation Army has a need of its own. The organization is bracing for a big bulk of food, but don't have the volunteers to help pack it.
I'm a little bit concerned about this year because I know what happened last year and we could barely walk in this place because of all the donations. And so we're madly trying to prepare because we just know that, I mean, they come in with big boxes and carts and truckloads of food.
Even a few hours of your time can help.
Volunteering here is hugely rewarding. You get to know instantly that you're going to help somebody, not later on in the week, not next week, but now.
The nonprofit is still seeking food donations. Some of the items the food bank is looking for specifically are canned food, vegetables, breads and crackers, juices and pasta. Also hygienic items such as soap and shampoo. If you have gift cards you would like to donate, bring them into the Salvation Army and receive a tax receipt. That community is hosting a free Christmas dinner December 25th, 2 to 4. Free tickets are available December 1st for anybody that would like to come. Will Cortez, Newcap News.
Now, if you are looking to volunteer for the food bank, we can hopefully bring that phone number up again for you to volunteer. Well, if you're snowmobiling inside city limits, expect to pay the consequences. Lloydminster RCMP say they've received a spike in complaints about snowmobilers ripping through residential areas, disturbing the public with noisy engines, and they are taking action. Police are reminding everyone snowmobiling inside the city of Lloydminster isn't allowed unless it's on private property. If you're caught causing a disturbance, police can take away your snowmobile, lay charges, and slap you with a fine upwards of $500. A cancer survivor is thumbing his way across the country in nothing but his underwear. Mark McIntyre, who calls himself the Gitchhiker, left Vancouver last week bound for Nova Scotia, all to raise awareness for cancer below the belt. 7 days into his trip, McIntyre made a brief stop here in the border city. Kelsey Bloxham met up with him with the Gitchhiker himself.
Danielle Nickel is doing something she's never done before.
Not like this, no. I saw it online and just decided that why not.
Picking up a hitchhiker on his way across Canada. But Mark McIntyre is no ordinary guy thumbing for a ride on the side of the road. He has 21 days to make it across the country, sporting nothing more than some long johns, briefs when weather permits, and a toque.
It's been unbelievably overwhelming. I mean, scary at times when I can't get a ride, and cold at times. Obviously the temperatures are getting chillier out here, and but most of it has just been wonderful. Seeing the country, is meeting the people and hearing people's stories, good and bad, about cancer, and it's been emotional highs and lows.
Now, trekking across the country mid-November may be somewhat of a ballsy move, but for the 43-year-old, it's personal.
I'm a testicular cancer survivor, so 5 years ago I was diagnosed with it, and I was really lucky. It was caught early, so I'm cancer-free, and I get to do silly things to help out others that maybe aren't so fortunate right now and are fighting that awful disease.
If he completes his mission, a Canadian underwear company will donate $20,000 for cancer research. So he'll need all the help he can get, which is where Nickel comes into play.
It came up on my Facebook, on my news feed. I've been involved with the Cancer Society in town for probably over 13 years, and so I get feeds from various organizations, and that just seemed to pop up, and it just seemed, something interesting to do.
She's taking him as far as the battle fords. From there, it's up to McIntyre, his thumb, and his undies. Kelsey Bloxham, Newcap News.